Hello, thank you so much for being part of Joy Asonye Live, and I'm happy it's Friday. I hope you're enjoying your weekend as well. But as usual, we go into very serious topical issues that are trending globally and sometimes nationally here on the program to keep you informed. Today we'll be talking about the World Cleanup Day. Every year on the third Saturday of September, the world celebrates the cleanup of like it's often said, if everybody cleans up their houses, the whole country, the whole world will be clean. So this is a day that is set aside to do a cleanup and celebrate those who have put aside and started working on cleaning up the environment, not just the physical cleanup that you see, but having that cleanup that is sustained and ensuring that we do not hamper our planet with our waste. Today I'm bringing in the studio someone who has single-handedly been doing his bit to ensure the world is clean, one step at a time, starting from the FCT. He is Mr. Peter Bassey. He is the CEO and founder of PIB Global Services. He's here with us today. He'll be talking about how Nigeria can be part of the World Cleanup Day and what you and I can do to ensure our streets are clean. We also understand what cleanup really means and how we can sustain this behavior. Bassey, it is very wonderful to have you join us.
Thank you for having me.
At this point, we just go for a short break to return to get in depth into the conversation. The World Cleanup Day 2023. What can you and I do when it comes to cleaning up our environment? Welcome back from that short break. Like I said earlier, we have the founder PIB Global Services. Speaking about the World Cleanup Day, let's talk about first of all the awareness for cleanup. Nigerians usually are clean people, I like to say, but we also have those recalcitrant ones who would just toss plastic out of their vehicles or toss it anywhere. Is it government? Who should we blame for that? But you tell us, where are we when it comes to awareness for cleanup?
Well, I want to pick it up from there. When you say government, is it the government responsibility? Who are the government? We are still the government.
We are the government.
We are the government.
But I'm talking about those who have the responsibility to ensure we have facilities like what's it called now? Beans across our communities.
So it's a collective effort, because if you want to leave it only on government or individuals, it's going to be difficult. But with collaborations, with synergy, we can all contribute and create incredible impact, because we've really not done enough. I think that is why a day was created to create that awareness on World Cleanup Day, which is actually tomorrow, the 16th of September 2023. Now, we always say cleanliness is next to godliness. So a cleaner environment is a godly environment. So when an environment is clean, the environment is clean, you understand, we are now accepting nature and being closer to nature, because we are the ones polluting the environment.
Exactly.
So you don't need to be told, you don't need to be police around, you don't need to be given incentive to clean your environment.
I mean, I come from Cross River State, where if you toss anything out of the car, there's a CUDA vehicle that will pursue you and you pay a fine. But that makes Cross River clean. Yeah. Or at the time, it made Cross River clean. Yeah. So is that what Nigerians need at this time? Yeah,
I will also share a story. Years back when I was in Ghana, innocent me, I bought something and I was inside a moving vehicle. After it, I just threw the thing outside. And
in Ghana,
so see, even old women that were also my co-passengers, see the way they almost ate me raw. You understand? When they realized I'm a Nigerian, I said, okay.
Oh, we know.
So it's habits. You grow up seeing these things, people doing it, and you grow up doing it innocently. And even when you go outside there, you do it and you embarrass yourself and your country. So we have to start from even our children. In other countries, when you buy, let's say you buy biscuit that is in a sachet, or you buy a banana that is in peels, you give it to a child. After consuming the contents, they know where to put this waste. We have the plastic waste, we have the solid waste, we have the plastic, then we have the organic waste, so they know where to put them in the respective bins. But here in Nigeria, we pack everything together. That makes cleaning the environment harder, because if you are cleaning the environment, a dirty environment, you have to segregate the waste, so you know where to keep the solid waste, you know where to keep the organic waste. So having this mentality of, okay, this is supposed to go here, this is supposed to go there, right from the source of generating this waste, you know where to place them. It will make it easier for maybe people who are doing recycling, like what we do,
what you do exactly,
and upcycling this waste. We now know how to pick up this waste, and it makes the work easier and seamless.
Exactly. I mean, you keep saying this, and do Nigerians already know? In our various homes, do we already know to put it aside? Should there be another, you know, in Nigeria, whenever you talk about this, you talk about a commission that would start this awareness campaign for Nigerians to understand industrial waste should be kept aside, plastics should be kept aside, biological waste aside, and all of that. Usually government makes this available, and there are incentives in some cases. Where are we when it comes to government awareness or government effort? Are there any to start with?
Yeah, of course, you know, in government we are, at least we know we have Ministry of Environment, that is their job, and in all the states of the federation we have ministries of environment. Even in the FCT we have a board, Abuja Environmental Protection Board. So these are government agencies and parastatals that are given this mandate to ensure that this is done. Nigerians know a lot of stuff. We know a lot. We are knowledgeable. The problem is, are we doing what we know? We know a lot. Not that we don't know that we are supposed to manage waste even from the source. We are supposed to know where to place certain kind of waste. Surprisingly, we know, but are we doing it?
What makes it, I mean, each time we talk about this, I shudder. What makes us not do it?
The Nigerian mindset that we can always do things anyhow. The anyhow spirit, you know. Okay, I know this, I'm supposed to put this there, but who cares? I just throw it, especially when nobody's watching me. So we should be disciplined enough to apply what we know. You know, it's enough to create awareness, talk to people, do this, do that. It's already doing, we are already doing fine in that aspect, to create that awareness, tell people you have to do that. But people doing these things without even being policed or being watched.
This is when the orientation really sits in.
Well, for instance, let me even give credit to my secondary school, Queen of Apostles Seminary. We were trained in such a way that if you eat biscuits, you hold it. In fact, you put the packet of biscuit inside your pocket until you find a bin. You now drop it there. So we keep on carrying. Sometimes we carry for days.
That's because it's you. But I would like to ask now, Bassey, I mean, when you look around, we're in the FCT. Sometimes I have so much debris in my vehicle because I'm looking for the next bin to dispose it in. How sometimes we don't find. Maybe the city centers can have some, the metropolitan areas around the city centers often do not even have this. So, and the waste management is so poor. So what would you say about that? When citizens like yourself, you say you take it for days, it's understandable. I understand it, because you will move around, you're trying to find the next bin to dispose it properly like a good citizen, you do not find it. So it's one thing for the global community to give us World Cleanup Day. It's another thing for governments across Africa, Nigeria, to take it as a very important problem, waste management.
Yeah, So you know the problem we have with people vandalizing public properties and stuff. Let's just presume government provide these things. If you go back there a day after, 2 days, 3 days after, a week later on, will you find these things there? People just pack them, take them to their homes or sell them to make their to make money. But then that is where we as individuals we come in. If you don't wait for government to provide waste bins for you, even in your compound, your estate, there should be these waste bins provided. And civil organizations can also decide to support and say, okay.
It seems like it's only civil society organizations that have actually been championing it, if you ask me.
Yeah, so government needs to put more effort, maybe putting policies there. I know they have a lot of environmental protection agencies, authorities to supervise and ensure that this waste management is actually being adhered to. But there's more to that. There's more to telling people you don't have to pollute the environment, and you have to create, maybe give people incentive for doing this stuff. You will not, if in advanced country they have these places where you can go put in a discarded a used plastic bottle and you get a cent for it. Yeah, with that in place, do you think that you'll be begging someone to go and put? No, we need money to eat, so we'll even be looking for a way to find these things. Exactly. So it's not only the ones that you've consumed, you will look for others that they have thrown out, you pack them and you go and make money with it. So that's why even
look at our waterways and how it is clogged up because of this waste. Very often the plastic that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate that we are at this place at the moment. But I've also had conversations with civil society organizations and organizations in the waste management sector who say when they engage with government, it is difficult to get the permit and certification to also go into these places, because it's according to the constitution, it is in the right of the local government. You are also in that space. How has your experience been?
Well, it's not different from what you've been told. It's really difficult trying to do good, and then it's frustrating. Let me use that word. You want to support, or for lack of better words, you want to help government to achieve something, and the same government is frustrating you. Who does that? You want to provide free waste bins across, and you need government permission. It's your own money, for God's sake. And you submit proposal from one table, you'll even be spending money. They'll tell you, okay, we need to inspect this place, we want to keep these waste bins, and you have to even pay them to come and inspect. And after inspection, you have to still do certain things, go up and down to get approval. No. So that's why it's really difficult, and I can understand why some of these civil societies are frustrated, and even us in the private sector, private enterprise, we are also frustrated, because, man, it's time. You know, maybe we've set up time that, okay, from this time to this time,
you hope to achieve exactly.
And you even take 3 times longer than what you were supposed to. For us in the private sector, we are not. We might be providing certain things, but we are there to make money. Perhaps we want to make money from this waste, so we want to reduce waste and at the same time make money from the waste. So we are investing money, because after all, we need to pay salary, we need to even pay tax back to the same government. So it's very simple for our government to say, okay, of course we are not telling them they should not do their due diligence and stuff, but the time is always too long. And even some of the attitude of these government officials, they don't see themselves as even part of the society. They see themselves above the society. At the end of the day, they will still be the one to benefit from whatever you are trying to do. They are family members, and
exactly, they are part of the community.
You understand? So what is there? Okay, my name is Peter Bassey, founder and CEO of PIB Global Services. My company wants to erect a public or a free, want to erect a place where people can put in their waste for free without being charged. Then they will tell you, okay, you need to write to this, you write. After writing, you need to follow up, you go and follow up. No, we need to come and inspect. You have to pay inspection fee. You have to pay us to put fuel in a vehicle to drive to inspect. After that, you still have to do this and do that. And at the end of the day, it's not done. maybe you had partnered with another organization to do this project, so that because you are the one pushing it, so the organization will be expecting that you push this thing further, and you are doing your best to push further. The other organization that is partnering with you might even think they are not serious.
Exactly.
I'm talking because I had this experience. There's a project that we were trying to do, and we had to get permission from one of these government agencies, and it took longer. And even the organization that partnered with me, they were like, "You are not doing your best." And at that time, I was not even in Abuja, but I had people, some of my staff that I dedicated them to do this project, and they were doing their best, and I was following up. They had to go to this government office to check and follow up, but things were not moving fine. Even when I came in, I started doing my own part of making sure that the government approved this project. It did not work. We now had to, with the support of the organization that sponsored the project, we had to even move that project to another place, and we were able to succeed. It was then that the government agency in charge that now said, okay, it's now that we understand what you are talking about. But then, this is something that is really a problem. We have a lot of people that have good hearts to help government, assist government, support government to achieve certain things that normally government should not even take time to do it. But based on maybe political issues or whatever, government cannot meet up with certain things. People are there to support, and that is how it's supposed to be, because government cannot do everything. So, but then if people are coming out to support government to do what government is supposed to do, I don't see any reason why there should be any bottleneck, government working in silos. You can imagine intergovernment agencies fighting among themselves when they were supposed to collaborate.
We've seen that in several sectors.
So you as a private citizen, a private sector, you are coming to do something for government, and perhaps maybe that thing that you are coming to do, it has to be, you have to pass through intergovernment agencies. But then that interactions with these intergovernment agencies will now become a problem, because this government agency, we said no,
that's my jurisdiction, it's my mandate.
So they will be dragging, and as they are dragging you to, that is, they say when two elephant fight,
the grass that suffer.
So you are not the grass that was suffer. At the end of the day, you don't even become a grass again. So if you don't really have passion or you are not strong, you say no, I don't want. I beg. That's why a lot of people have given up in doing so many things, even using their own money and time. They just want to have that goodwill. Okay, I'm doing good.
But there were companies, I mean, growing up, there used to be companies, but that especially those within the plastic and polythene, who would say, if you can get packs of this product, if you can get this many packs of this product, we would give you something back and all of that. I looking at such initiatives, applauded it at the time, because I knew, okay, this is trying to mop up this certain plastic, this certain fizzy drink off the street, just for recycling, reusing, while also reducing environmental degradations. I don't know if you still see such initiatives, and what are the companies doing, those who know that our drinks are in plastics, our products are in plastics, how can we mop them back to reuse or recycle or whatever?
Yeah, you know, there's what we call the producer's responsibilities, the consumer's responsibilities. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. The producer's responsibility at this point. Yeah, so they are also doing their best. Now
are they doing their best?
They are, and they should do better. But you know, what they are working on now is coming together. So let's say all the producers of, let's say, bottling, plastic bottling, whatever, coming together. So they have an organization. So with that organization, that alliance, they are able to do more. And you know, because of the truth is, it is easier to do to give back to the society, do corporate social responsibility, recover the waste that you generate when you are making profits.
Aren't they making profit?
Oh, well, we know what is going on in Nigeria.
What is going on?
You know how,
because I know that for one, soda drinks do not go out of fashion, do they?
They may not go out of fashion, but do you know how they are struggling to stay within fashion? Companies, forget about the big names. In fact, the bigger the problems,
The bigger the names, the bigger the problem.
The names, the bigger the problem.
Oh, really?
Companies in Nigeria are really going through a lot. Multi-million naira companies, multi-million dollar companies in Nigeria are really going through a lot. Nigeria environment is not business friendly.
Right.
Yeah. So when you were supposed to make profits, and from your profits you are able to do some of these project initiatives to recover waste, when you are not even able to balance your book, where are you going to get money to do social corporate responsibilities? But then recycling, waste recovery and recycling in general, waste management is also a multi-billion-dollar sector industry. But you know, it's not all the companies that generate waste that have the capacity to recover those waste and be able to utilize. It's cheaper to always produce a new one. Really? Than to go and say we are going to collect the used one. You have to, when you collect now, if you want to make a new plastic, right, there are some chemicals and raw materials, you just put them together and you produce a new plastic bottle. But if you are to recycle an already used plastic bottle, you have to go and collect it. Not you don't clean it, you don't start with cleaning. Collect it from wherever it was. Right. Move it to a certain plant, wash it. That is the cleaning aspect. When you clean it, and the cleaning is another process. You need energy, you need light, you need electricity to do the washing. Then you now cut. Sometimes they will cut them into pieces before you wash. Sometimes they wash, cut, and still wash again. Then after washing this or cutting it into pieces, we call it flakes, plastic flakes, you have to come and put them in another machine that will melt them. So you need power supply to even melt them before you put them into a mold that will now bring a new bottle. So it's not that after using a particular bottle, you collect it, wash it, and refill. No, you don't do refill. They don't do refill. Right. They will collect the used one and break it down and produce a brand new bottle out of it. So that's where they say the 3 R's. Yes. That's recycle, reuse, and reduce. Reduce. Okay, reduce, recycle, and reuse. Now, so you can see this is new to me. I had always thought that it meant cleaning it up and then So you see that it's easier and it's cheaper to just get your raw materials and put it into the machine and produce a new bottle than going to collect the used one, come and process it and produce it, you know. So now I see why it's a global problem actually to mop up these plastics that are clogging up our waterways. Now I see, now it makes sense why companies are not in such a rush to help get back. It's not, in a way, it's not profitable. It doesn't really make sense in business wise, financial sense, you understand. So you spend more money, but then by 2050, it is estimated that there will be more plastic in the ocean than fishes. Do you know what that means? You go to the river to get some fish for your dinner, and in the place of 5 fishes, you catch 5 plastic bags, plastic bottles, plastic waste in general. So we must do this work. That is where the 3 R's come in. You reduce the plastic waste, you reuse the plastic waste, and you refuse. There are 4 R's. Reuse. In fact, it's up to 5 R's. 5 R's. Okay. Reduce, reuse, recycle, and reduce. That's the 4 I know. Yeah, reduce. Repurpose. Repurpose. Yeah. So repurpose means if you were using this plastic bottle as okay, you bought a bottle of water. After drinking the content, then because this fuel scarcity stuff, you drive and you run out of fuel, you now bought fuel by the roadside, you will need a funnel, so you can cut up and use it as a funnel. You understand? That is, you have repurposed it, or maybe initially you put water in a bottle, but after that you can now put oil, vegetable oil, so you've repurposed it. So reducing means if you're supposed to take maybe when you went to a supermarket to buy certain things and they were supposed to give you plastic bags. Sometimes they will double, triple,
yes,
up to 4 plastic bags. So you can say, no, just put it in 2, or leave it, I will handle it. You have reduced the quantity of plastic bag. That also refusing. Okay, don't put it in a plastic bag for me, I will put it in my bag. So you can go to the supermarket with your bag instead of collecting this plastic nylon to these nylon bags to put your items. You put it in your bag. I'll just, maybe if you're driving, put it, someone like me, I'll just carry it in my hand,
it in your trunk.
Put it in my trunk, I'll put it in my pocket, and you go. People will be looking at you.
There are some things that you can't put in your pockets too.
Yeah, you put it on your head. So that is the 5 hours. You understand? Now, these things are very simple. It's all about our individual and collective responsibilities. We should create it as a kind of a culture that you do. Culture is something that you do that you don't need to be told. You grow with it. You do it seamlessly. You don't need to be policed. So children should be trained to start now. They're already doing it in an advanced country that babies even know where to put particular waste. They know that, okay, this is plastic, you should go here. This is metal, you should go here. This is organic waste, banana peels, you should go there. You understand? So if we start with that,
exactly,
with our coming generation, with our children, they can correct our messes, because we've messed things up.
Okay, I like where you have ended this segment. We'll go for a short break to return. We have indeed messed things up. We have to repair the mess we have made. Well, we're still discussing the World Cleanup Day 2023, which happens every third Saturday of September. We'll be right back. PIB Global has an event coming up tomorrow. We'll get to talk about that. And we keep hearing about waste to wealth. What does it mean? Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. World Cleanup Day 2023, and we have the PIB Global Services CEO Peter Bassey right here with us. We've been discussing so much about how Nigeria can be cleaner, but they're taking the conversation now to talk about what event the PIB is having, and indeed waste management. We talk about waste to wealth. Is that concept just foreign, or we can replicate it in Nigeria here? Is it even viable? That's the questions I would expect Peter Bassey to respond to. Waste to wealth, is it just a foreign concept that is not one that can be indigenous here?
No, it's something that we can, and we are already localizing. So waste to wealth means you take waste and you turn them into money. Yeah, you can pay yourself from it, you can buy food to eat from it, you can pay salary from it, you can buy cars,
while also keeping the environment clean. Wow. Yeah. So okay, I want to make money, so you start by telling me how I can get into waste to wealth and make money out of it. And they are teeming Nigerian youths. I mean, when you hear that dire statistics of over 40% youth unemployment in Nigeria, you shudder. But there are opportunities like this. So is it that our hands are too clean to get into filthy dirt, or what's keeping us from making this money? Okay,
to join, for example, let's start with the World Cleanup Day that's coming up tomorrow. For us at PIB Global Services, we are having this event at 3 locations in Nigeria. We are having in Abuja at Jabi Lake, because for over a year now, PIB Global Services have been cleaning up Jabi Lake using our own funds. We got government approval to clean up the lake using our own funds. So what we do, we go into the lake, the Jabi Lake in Abuja here. We remove the water hyacinth, the plastic waste, the other kinds of waste. We bring them up to the land and we turn them into different products that we can sell and get back our money. In Lagos, where we started the company, we are also doing the same thing at the Badore Ferry Terminal in Badore, Ajah, Lagos State, where we will clean a certain canal that is filled with plastic and water hyacinth. We'll take them to the Badore Ferry Terminal, where we have our operational base that the Lagos Waterways Authority permitted us to use. So we take this waste, turn into several things that has market value.
Okay.
In Uyo, we are cleaning up a very significant
simultaneously
place. Yeah, in Uyo, we are cleaning up a very significant place. It's called Ibom Plaza. If you go to Uyo,
of course, everybody knows Ibom Plaza.
You are not in Uyo, so we are cleaning up that place too. So we already have our volunteers, our team members, our staff, our partners, and our stakeholders, government agencies in these 3 locations that are supporting and endorsing this event. So that is just what one organization, one company, PIB Global Services, is doing. We also have other well-meaning companies, organizations, government agencies, and a group of people who also have their own events planned for tomorrow. But the bottom line is, you can join any of these events, and you can also do your solo event.
Exactly.
Even in your neighborhood, you clean your neighborhood, you clean your environment. On your own, you can just wake up and say you are cleaning your street. You don't need to clean the entire length and breadth of your street, maybe 2 poles, you alone. Now, okay, you can take pictures before, take pictures
after,
during, and take pictures after, and you'll be satisfied. I'm telling you, that
it gives you the sense of,
so you don't even need anybody to thank you. You don't even need anybody to put you on newspaper or TV to talk about it. And
that's the beauty about some of the work you do.
Yeah,
very often it is very satisfactory to see that, I mean, I contributed to this, society's getting better.
Psychologically, it's good for you, it's good for your psyche, it's good for your mind.
Exactly.
You understand? You have that, you build that self-confidence, and you keep doing it from there, because you are genuinely doing
Peter, while that is very satisfying psychologically, emotionally, maybe even spiritually, my question is, how can I get it to the market to indeed make money? For young people who are I mean, I am psychologically satisfied does not pay the bills these days.
Economically satisfied.
You need economic satisfaction.
And
that's where I'm going right now. We don't see such jobs advertised more. We see more of what they call the white collar jobs and the blue collar jobs. But this is it green collar jobs? I think this is green collar jobs, and we don't see it advertised more. And it seems like the people who often engage in it are seen as it's dirty. Because we see scavengers. These are the ones who have taken it upon themselves, and the 21st century Nigerian youth does not want to, they want to show up and it's turn up. They want to turn up.
Turn up when it's all good.
Exactly. So how can we make it lucrative? How can we make it look good enough for people, attractive rather, for people to want to be part of it? Because it has an attendant effect on the environment, which is a good one.
Well, as far as the environment, climate change, all this waste stuff is almost like a virgin market, a new sector. It's not really been there, or if it's been there, we've not really done a lot. So it's now that people are now getting this awareness. People are talking now, getting to talk more about the environment. That we need to do this, we need to do that. You understand? So perhaps we need to create more awareness, let people know that getting your hands dirty for a cleaner environment is a noble work. And also, you will talk about the scavengers or not. In every sector, there's hierarchy.
Of course.
So it's just that in the waste management sector, the environment sector, the scavenger seems to that particular hierarchy seems to be the bottom and the one that is most pronounced. So you see that, okay, people packing waste are dirty and all that, but there are other people in the top of the pyramid that are making millions, and they are doing this dirty work, but you see them wearing suits. You know what I mean? So you could be an executive of a company doing recycling doesn't mean you will get yourself dirty. Exception someone like me. I am a CEO and I am a founder and CEO of my company, but I join my workers, my laborers to do work. When we started in Lagos State, practically I will enter inside the gutter, enter inside the dirty water to pack water hyacinth, pack plastic waste, and you get in contact with human waste and stuff like that. I have been doing this even up till now. I still do it because I have passion to do it. I don't just sit to give instruction.
Exactly.
I see
you
that
your hands
me
in
getting
there.
myself involved is part of it. It's even more satisfying
than
just giving instructions.
Giving instructions and
sometimes I have some of my supervisors that they will stay just watching while they see me do work. You understand? They feel they are, since I'm a supervisor, I'm just there to supervise, to give orders. But
CEO himself is getting his hands in.
So who are you to stand and be looking? You understand? So we need to.
These are those category of young people that want to turn up, so they can't get their hands dirty.
So there's opportunities to make money. Like I said, it's a new sector. People have not really talked about it, and the market is there. But sometimes you create the market for your product. So you develop a product from waste, create a market for it. There's a way to create demand artificially for your product that have not even been there. For example, one of our products that is called Voucher. Keep talking about Voucher. People did not even know about Voucher. So when we started producing Voucher, we were now the one telling people why you need this Voucher.
Yes.
And then we gave people free to use. From using it free, that person that uses it free will always say, okay, it's working, I need it. But if he did not produce it, if you did not give it to someone free, if the person did not use and testify, the person will not buy it. So you produce a product from waste, you go into the market, you create demand for it. The demand, you don't expect someone to just call you and say, please, do you have Voucher? Hello, nobody knows about Voucher. So you are the one that developed this product. You are the one to tell people about this product. And this kind of product is not product that just maybe come on TV and say, I'm selling Voucher.
Exactly.
It's something that you go into the field. You go and meet the people that are supposed to use it. This is it. Take it, use it like this. You even use it like when we started giving it, our Voucher to farmers. We'll go to the farm ourselves, use our hands and apply the Voucher in the farm. Let's say we apply in the poultry farm to help to absorb order in the poultry farm. Right. We'll go to the poultry farm.
But a lot of people listening to you right now might not even know what Voucher is. So maybe you should give us a quick background first before you go into what it actually does.
Okay, Voucher is biological charcoal. Bio charcoal, in short, Voucher. It's a kind of charcoal that is produced in an eco-friendly way. We all know how charcoal is produced now.
Exactly.
You go and cut down a tree, then you produce charcoal. No. Voucher are produced without cutting down single trees. Like what we do, we produce Voucher from water essence, from the water bodies, the plant that is quite invasive in the water. We remove it and turn it into this biological charcoal, the Voucher. We also use farm waste, maybe post-harvest waste. After harvesting your, let's say, you had a corn farm, and after harvesting, normally they used to burn those stuff, but we go and collect them. We prevent that open agricultural burning that is contributing to climate change. We collect this stuff and turn them to this charcoal. So you see, we've produced charcoal without cutting down a single tree. We use farm waste and kitchen waste, like the water essence from the water.
Exactly.
Collect, clean the water, and turn
and make it into Voucher. Right.
Now, with this Voucher, it's a charcoal it by itself, but it has so many advantages that you can do so many things with it. You can use it to absorb odor. You can use it to even purify water. And
purify water?
Yeah, you can use it to purify water. So by the time you use this product by yourself, you know what this product is all about, and you are able to tell your neighbor, tell your community people, tell people around this.
But relatively, if you put it beside charcoal, which is cheaper?
Now, when you want to say something is cheaper, you have to look at the other factors. Do you know the worth of a single tree?
Okay, I mean, you cannot begin to quantify the oxygen it gives to nature.
Yes.
So you're right. I cannot quantify
it. Let's say.
But is this to justify that voucher is expensive? Because I always say that while we want to look towards the greener world, saving our environment, for people to actually take this message in, there has to be alternatives. I'm all for alternatives for people. So I ask again, without guilt tripping me into comparing the falling of a tree, if it's available and cheaper for people who might want to replace it with the charcoal, the trees charcoal, wood charcoal.
Of course, voucher is cheaper and can always remain cheaper. Why? To cut a single tree, you have to go into the forest. You pay your way, or you buy fuel or whatever. Even if you are using bicycle, you go into the forest to cut a tree. But for you to produce voucher, you don't even need to go that far. You can just gather weights from your farm, your garden, and put them together. Make sure that they are well dried, and you carbonize them. You burn it in an eco-friendly way with a specialized equipment to burn them into the charcoal. Then, because of the raw materials you use, you use weeds, you use grasses, so the charcoal you produce will be in a powder form. But since you need charcoal in a solid form for you to cook, all you need to do is to bind it. You mold it, and you can use binders that are always available to mold it into block charcoal that I can cook with it. You understand? So that means that using voucher for to produce a solid charcoal can be cheaper. It's all about how you produce it, if you produce in large quantity, large amount, it will be cheaper. And something that is always expensive cannot be sustainable, because if you are bringing a new technology that you claim to be a better technology or a concept, and you want to solve a problem, or you want people to stop cutting down trees to use this one, that this is the green alternative. If the green alternative is more expensive, you believe me, you are wasting your time. So it has to be cheaper, accessible, and it's something that people can do without stress. Exactly.
So is it something that people know about and can do it without stress, or do you sell those the PIB Global Services sell vouchers, or you teach people how to make it?
What we do all that. We do
both sell, right?
We produce, sell, we teach people to produce by themselves and use. We also teach communities to do it in a community level, to make it in a larger amount, to make it easier for them. So we produce and share within themselves. So apart from us producing and selling it as our own branded product in the market, we train people. Like the other time we were in Nasarawa, and we were in Lafia in Nasarawa State. We trained about less than 100 persons. They were selected from 5 local governments in Nasarawa State.
By the Nasarawa State government?
Yeah, so not by the state government, but it was sponsored by Oxfam.
Okay, an international NGO,
it was
right?
Sponsored by Oxfam. So there's this NGO that organized it. They got the sponsorship from Oxfam. Then we were called in as a facilitator to train people how to convert their farm waste into charcoal that they can use to cook. And within 5, 10, 15 minutes, we did all these things, and they were like, so this is how simple it is.
Their farm waste?
Yes, farm waste.
Does it have to be? Okay, I think I'll go meet you later for a master class. But let's just wrap up our conversation on World Cleanup Day. For people who want to be part of this program, you said it's simultaneous in Lagos, Uyo, that's Akwa Ibom State, and Abuja. If people want to volunteer to be part of this, or even get to learn how they can make money. I mean, you are making money from all of what you do, waste. So if people want to be part of it, how would they go about it?
If you're in Abuja, by 8 a.m., you need to go to Jabi Lake Mall. the back of the mall is a lake, the Jabi Lake itself. So that is where we are starting. You will see us there. You meet some of us there. We also have National Inland Waterways, the Abuja chapter will also be there. We have Parks and Recreation Department of the FCTA, they will be there. And we have Nigerian Red Cross Society, the volunteers will come to also support. So you can get engaged, clean up. They help to support our cleanup project to keep Jabi Lake clean and safe. Then you also learn how we turn the waste from the lake into different products that are in the market. That is for Abuja. In Lagos, we will be at the Badore Ferry Terminal in Badore. So if you go to Badore Ferry Terminal, where they enter boats to Ikorodu, you will see our banner, our logo, our post there. That and you can always ask that you want to join the cleanup exercise by PIB Global Services. So we will clean up the water bodies in Lagos, in Badore, convert this waste, the water hyacinth and the plastic waste, into different products that you can see, and you can even get involved instantly. In Uyo, the state capital city of Akwa Ibom State, we are cleaning up a central location that is known as Ibom Plaza. Yeah, so we clean up that place. We also have volunteers from the Yali Network, Uyo Akwa Ibom chapter. They are the volunteers that will come up there to support PIB Global Services to clean the Ibom Plaza, where we also have some recycling activities, and not just recycling, there's a word upcycling. So we don't just recycle, we upcycle. Right,
what does that mean?
Upcycle means, for instance, let's talk about the plastic bottle. You know, you bought a bottle of water, after drinking, you kept the plastic bottle and you turn it into, maybe you cut it into half, the lower part of it you can decorate it and
plant it, maybe you plant it, right.
You understand, or even keep it in your office and you put your cat in it,
right?
So you've turned it from something to,
yes,
so you upcycle it. It's always like maybe you upgrade it, or you turn into a different product without having to break it down to produce a new product. Breaking it down to produce a new product from it is the recycling aspect, which involve a lot of processes.
I see.
But to upcycle now, like for example, discarded car tires, people, you can use it to make chair, you can use it to make furniture.
There's several things you can do with it now. That's upcycling. I've learned another concept today, but I must thank you, Peter Bassey, for being part of the program today. I have learned so much, and I hope that those watching us today have also learned a lot and would join this need to clean up our environment, refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, and the many other hours, repurpose, like he said. But this is where we draw the curtains on Joy Asonye Live. We'll be back next week. I hope you have a restful weekend and enjoy yourself. I mean, life is for the living, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll be back next weekend. My name is Joy Asonye.